Hello, welcome to part 2 of workplace harassment, and yeah, we'll now move on to lack of personal boundaries. And yeah, what do you think about it?
Lack of personal boundaries.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's also a very big it's one of the biggest causes of this harassment, because it's either way, you understand. For example, what's up? Am I lying?
No.
It's okay, yeah?
Yes.
So I'm saying it's either way. So either a female or male colleague or a female colleague can do this, or can find themselves doing this. For example, I can say that also some of us sometimes people can find doing that, maybe not intentionally. Okay, I might come and maybe I've forgotten that you're my spouse and maybe touch you in a suggestive manner, and maybe it was not intentionally. I just forgot that I was at home, all right, and I do that. It's an harassment, but it was not intentional. So the problem could be if you react to it. Maybe I touch you in a way you've never been touched before.
Okay.
You are impressed, eh? So it is an harassment advanced. Is it true that way? Can that happen, or that is just my own things? Can that happen?
What in workplaces?
Let's say, for example, there is something that you're working on, all right? I come to your desk.
Yes.
And you're busy. I want to use an example of the people who are working through, how do you call it? Switchboard or control. These people who are working under customer service. You put on headphones,
okay,
so you cannot hear me, all right?
Yes.
So you can see me maybe if you are not engaging on your computer.
Okay.
So I come when you are concentrating on the screen. So how will I talk to you?
Tap me on the
I will
shoulder.
tap you.
Yeah.
So maybe I have tapped you in a certain manner, and to you, you've interpreted it. Okay. And sometimes instead of tapping you, I do something like this.
That's harassment.
That's harassment.
Why would you do that?
Because of there is a bit of sorry. Yeah, right. Yeah, true. So maybe to me, I've been reading how we've been talking. Maybe to me, that's why we say lack of personal boundaries. To me, I've been seeing that we are more close. So instead of doing this, I do this.
You interrupted wrongly.
I interrupted wrongly.
Yeah, that.
Now that is for a man. What if a lady does that?
A lady does that to a man.
Yes. Is it still harassment?
It depends with how the man will take it.
Will take it.
Yeah. Same way it also depends with how the woman will take it.
But I think for men they will take it lightly because we are not emotional. We don't mind so many things. Yeah.
But in this case, I'd like to say if the way we are interacting is kind of jovial, we are vibing and we are workmates, that shouldn't make you believe that something else is going on.
Right.
And for that instance, I'll say that's harassment. You shouldn't, harassment. Because at no given point did I give you any how would I say this, permission to touch me that way. Yeah, me personally, I take that as harassment.
Is that I can maybe someone can just do that, seeing that you've been friendly, and maybe interpreting that maybe if they advance that way, then at least they can seize the opportunity.
I would say they should ask instead of assuming.
So viewers, you ask, you don't assume.
don't assume.
But can you agree with me if I say that there are some relationships that were created by implied actions?
That I would agree.
Somebody bringing you tea. Maybe when tea is served, somebody is bringing you tea without asking. All right, and you also maybe you retaliate, and that's how it's the conversation. You go without talking. It's just implied actions, just like that, playing nice to each other. So, would that still be a?
No, in that case, I think they are free with each other.
All right.
That will, if the two of them, they are.
So, in other words, you are saying, to determine whether this is an harassment or not, it will depend with the response of the person to which this is done to.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter the type of touch. It will depend with the response.
Also, type of touch matters.
So if somebody, let me not do that. Maybe somebody touches you on, yes, somebody touches you on, okay, which are the parts that if somebody does, then you can consider that an harassment, or that one will depend with someone.
Let us go to the parts that I'll consider. If someone touches me, I'll consider that as sexual harassment. My thighs. That's serious.
So let's say, for example, we are seated the way we are seated here, and there is a point I want to stress, and I just tap like this. Is that harassment?
No, that's not.
But I've touched.
But
I've touched it.
this is a different scenario.
All right.
It's different. It's different with I was minding my own business. Then somebody comes and just touches me out of nowhere.
All right.
Why would you do that? With whose permission?
Yeah, okay.
I also know that, like, we are making a story and something, then you tap me. But that, it also depends on the type of touch, actually.
So we have types.
A light touch, a heavy touch.
So heavy is, which one is bad? Heavy or light?
Heavy.
So which one is heavy?
Exactly.
Oh, this way.
Yes. You are pressing on me without my permission.
So which one?
And even if it was lightly and I haven't given you, how would I say, any access to touch me, I'll say that. That's wrong. That's wrong. Yeah.
All right. Well noted. Now, which other point? Which other part?
Huku.
Oh, here. Direct, how do we call here?
Ribs.
Not ribs. Is it ribs?
Okay, that's where the ribs are. But that action is what I was referring to, tickling.
Yeah, if someone comes and tickles me.
At this point. So if you do here, it's not tickling.
It's also.
So tickling at this point. So maybe because we help us understand. So here, we don't know how. So if somebody touches here.
What?
But what is usually here, by the way? Because people tend to jump when they are tickled at this point.
It's just that it's a sensitive part of the body.
Yeah.
Or it's a sensitive part.
Yeah.
Ama, yours is not sensitive.
Mine is not.
You can try and see.
No. You're on camera. Mine is not sensitive anyway.
Some of us are very sensitive.
All right.
Such that even if you touch us here,
Yes.
we will jump.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
The ear.
Very
Even the
sensitive
ear.
areas.
All right. So but I think this was enough suggestive. With 2 hands or just 1 hand?
Any form of tickling.
And even just one,
Yeah.
once like this?
Yeah.
All right. Where
Yes.
else?
In a workplace, where else will someone touch you?
It can be a workplace, it can be just in the public. Yes.
For me, those two.
Those 2.
How about
The rest is okay. The rest is okay.
No. Yeah, and
Director say something.
when your colleague spanks you?
Oh, when you are spanked. That is all right. But in some location, that's a form of greeting, by the way.
where?
That's a form of greeting in some occasion.
Hey,
Or I saw a clip that somebody was greeting auntie and it's not a form of greeting.
so from
But
now
again, I
on,
think
you should be spanking
no, I'm
me
not.
as a
I'm not saying that. I was asking. I did not say it is. I was asking. So
Yeah,
spanking,
that will be
spanking is bad.
yeah. Oh, hey.
But by the way, me, I'll consider spanking is the one bad. These other ones, all right. But it depends with someone. Spanking is the one.
If you are a lady, will you allow your colleague to touch your
But
thighs?
again, spanking is communicating a lot. It's not even just. It's not even just the harassment. It tells a lot about the person, the character of that person doing that.
Okay, yeah.
I guess somebody. Have you ever done that, director, to someone?
To my person.
And even to your person, have you ever done that?
Yes. It's just a gentle tap. It's a gentle tap.
It's exaggerating.
Yeah.
It's not slapping.
No, I mean I don't know because I've never done such a thing, so that's why I'm asking.
You are too formal.
Oh, all right. I'm too formal.
Isn't
Again, you don't want that. You don't want somebody to be too formal.
No,
It's all right.
out of context.
It's all right. I've gotten the point. Now, so we've said spanking, touch on the thighs and here. Which other place?
for me, yeah.
So what about if you are living like this and somebody does like this on your chest? That's just okay.
It can be a mistake.
By the way, I've seen practically. Somebody, maybe you were in a matatu and people are pressing on each other. Maybe you
No, you
sit
see,
on
that's
that.
mistakenly.
Then, if it is once, then I can consider it a mistake.
Yeah.
But somebody should, just like that,
That I'll consider harassment.
it's an harassment.
Because it happened to me recently
Somebody once did that.
in a matatu, sitting peacefully, minding my own business. Why would you keep on doing this to me? Why?
Stretching hands.
Stretching. It wasn't stretching. It was a form of disturbance. Yeah, he shouldn't have done that. Actually, I was angry, pissed off.
So what did you do?
Nothing, to be honest.
You
But
just
I just
assumed.
told no. I think I told him, would you? I was wearing my earphones. I was listening to music, and he kept on tapping like this, tapping, and
Tapping
I'm like,
what?
my hand.
Oh, just hand. He was just tapping your hand.
That's also harassment.
That's
It doesn't mean it has to be the chest.
Just your hand.
Yeah.
So you don't want
we are very short-tempered.
body contact. Don't want body contact.
There was space. Why are you interfering in my space? Why are you bringing your body over? I have seated like this. You have, you are. He was struggling to like my legs, my leg and his leg to have a contact, and I was like, yo, what's up? Yeah, I felt harassed somehow, and I was
Alright.
just like, by the time I was alighting the bus, I was just like, I was relieved.
All right.
Yeah, because it happened for a. How would you feel?
It is opposite.
Was that person not brave enough to speak for himself?
He spoke, but I didn't want to hear him.
We spoke some few things.
Yeah.
All right. But the vibes were not making sense to
You
you.
know, you also look. Okay, sorry to say this, but sometimes you also look the physical appearance of a person. If someone has this mirror cut and stuff, and he keeps on doing, would you have entertained?
Personally, it can't have worked to me because unless you're asking me a lady doing that.
If you were a lady,
I don't want to assume I'm a lady. There's some real unrealistic assumption. So ask me if you could ask me.
if the lady also
Eh,
if the lady had the cut, see, it's always mirror
Okay.
cut. Then you are sitting in a matatu, you're minding your own business. The
Yes.
lady keeps on doing like this.
Okay, to me, I usually have my principles that I can say. I would feel the same. I would
Thank
feel
you.
harassed. and I would have reported that to police. You can report if you are harassed. Yes, I would have reported that.
Okay.
Yes, so that we can meet.
Hey, too much exaggeration, but it's okay.
I'm exaggerating.
It's okay.
You feel like I can't do that?
Police.
Yes.
Where will you get that person from?
Will you get out of the matatu to go to?
And then the person is proceeding with the journey as you are lighting at your destination.
See, I call emergency number.
Then you say there's somebody having.
You got jokes.
I call emergency number. Anytime I board a vehicle, I must take number plate. So I will tell them that I'm in this particular bus and I'm being harassed, so they can come. They can follow the bus.
How fast do your emergency work?
It has not. Such a thing has never happened to me. That's that's a thing how I would have reacted to it.
Okay.
My assumption is probably by the time those people are arriving, you're already alight.
Unfortunate. All right, but it's okay. So we said that personal boundaries can cause harassment, but again, we've said that what will determine whether it is an harassment or not harassment is the response.
Yeah.
And whereby we can say the submissiveness, or if the person submits or show unclear responses
Yeah.
to that harassment. Okay, so for example, like you are saying in your case, so unfortunate that the person was tapping you like this, and if your expression, you could also be maybe doing the same. So that one could not again translate to an harassment.
Yeah.
Because it means that you are enjoying.
Exactly.
But being that you reacted by saying that you are not comfortable about that, so that was clear. So it was clear that the person was harassing you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what really matters here is your reaction or response to those actions, because we've said that the harassment may differ from one person to another person. Yes. There's something that when you do, some people might interpret it as it's normal to them.
It's acceptable.
Yes. So that's also again drive us to interpretation of
misinterpretation.
Yes, misinterpretation of the communication.
Yeah.
This has happened. For example, like we were saying that somebody is acting kindly to you. Okay.
Yes.
And this happens. Somebody acts out of just kind is a kind gesture, but to you, maybe you interpret it as maybe the person is seducing you, right? That can also happen.
Yep.
So then, how do we go about that, or in such a scenario?
For me,
maybe somebody will give you a gift, call you specially, ask you for lunch.
There are questions to be asked. I'll ask definitely what is going on.
They will, if they tell you that you're my colleague, of course, and that will always be the answer. Yeah, it's just nice. I just felt like I should do this as a colleague. Yes, but then they just persist with this. Does it become harassment, or it's just okay?
For me, okay, if it's a friendly gesture, why would I consider it as harassment? In my workplace, for example, Peter is nice to me, brings me a bottle of water, a cup of tea, gifts. Why would I take it as an harassment? He's being friendly. But
you'd accept.
In that scenario, how does harassment apply there? How does it come in? If it's too much.
Somebody's bringing you something that you didn't ask. That's harassment, or that's my impression is bad. You didn't ask for something.
If I bring you lunch, is it harassment?
Did I ask you?
So you don't want free lunch?
I know it is free. That's why it's harassment.
So okay, you want to pay?
I know if you bring it, no one. Okay. Unless if maybe I was starving and it is so evident that this guy is starving here, but I'm not starving. I have my money. I usually go for lunch.
Today I have saved you from using your money. You take my free lunch. Is that harassing?
To me,
you?
as a man, if a lady does that, it's an harassment. Why? Because she is inviting me to treat something, and maybe I'm having somebody somewhere else, and you're inviting me to treat. You are distracting me from concentrating in my.
No, that's your misinterpretation.
Is it misinterpretation?
You're interpreting badly, in the wrong way.
Let me ask you a question.
I'm just trying to be a good colleague.
Let me ask you. Have you ever done such to someone?
No.
If it's a good act, then. Have you ever done so? Just acting. Okay. I know that there must be some people that you are free with. Have you always buy them some gift just out of goodwill?
Yes.
For some time.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
it did
yeah,
not lead to something else.
No.
You are the one doing all. Did somebody do for you such a thing?
Did someone? Yeah.
I want to ask you, have you has someone done that to you?
Yes.
And if they do, like when they were doing this thing, did it reach a point whereby they started asking for some favor because of the same?
No.
Be honest.
I'm very honest.
They never, at any point, they never asked for a favor.
No.
In return of what they've been doing.
No. No, that's your problem. You always think, if I give you this water, you'll think that I want something from you, something in return.
Even if you greet me every day. Hello. Anytime I pass, hello. Hello. That one I'll interpret it as something. But also, okay, it depends with how you are reacting. Okay? Because you are the same person we've discussed here, and we discussed that we said that there's some reactions that when a lady does or a man does, then it is suggestive. They might be shy. They don't want to express themselves directly. So they are doing in a suggestive manner.
If somebody does that for me, I always ask, is there something in return? Communication is key, actually.
Now, nice. It has been nice. There is something time is really going, but there is something here very important that I really want us to discuss before this session ends.
Yes.
What's your opinion on a woman like you working? If your husband gives you an opportunity not to go to work and be in the house, take care of chores, and is taking the responsibility of all bills and even giving you some upkeep, would you choose to be in the house and not go to work?
No. What if he leaves me tomorrow with nothing?
No. You are pessimistic.
It's not about being pessimistic. These things happen.
Now, I'm asking you.
For me, I wouldn't.
When you're in marriage, we should be optimistic. You should not at any point think of bad things.
Who said so?
Okay, so it means when somebody is in marriage, you should always think of.
No, just have an open mind.
Okay.
About everything. Anything can happen at any given time. You can't be too comfortable in any situation that you are.
But you solve them. I know there is no any family which is just smooth without having some mild domestic chaos.
I know.
All right.
In that scenario that you're giving, I just sit down because my husband is doing everything.
You are not sitting down. There's some job you can do. It's not a must you go to the company and work. You can take care of our children, right? You ensure that they do their homework well. You teach them personally. They're taken to school. Our house clean is arranged, right?
But I'm not doing any jobs, any job in a company or something.
Yes.
I'm just depending on him for money, and everything else.
No, he has no
Provision of
problem.
the
But he
food.
has no problem with that because men have to provide.
Nah.
You are not comfortable with that. All right, it's okay. Now, now you are working, all right,
Yes.
and you are having your money. So what would you? Okay, what chores in the house, or what responsibilities, or like what are the bills you are going to foot? Okay, what will your money do?
It will
Being
help
that
where
you-
necessary.
Where is necessary?
Where necessary.
Where?
If me and obviously in such a scenario, I think both the husband and wife should talk it out. Obviously, the man, as the society says, the man should cater for most responsibilities in the house. But just okay, now in this scenario, what I'll say is, I am earning my own money. Why should my money not do anything in that house?
So
I can chip in the children's school fees, in the house groceries and stuff. If we have maybe a house manager, I can chip in there. And the rest,
are mine.
yeah.
All right.
It's all about
So
balancing.
even if I have money to take care of that, I just leave you also chip in,
Yeah,
so I can put that money into another project.
yeah. Because my money cannot just be sitting in the bank. Me going out for shopping.
All right. I get that point. I concur with that. But I have a problem.
You always have a problem.
Not silly. I have a problem.
Yes.
Now, because I've just the harassment that we've been talking about here. You find that your wife is working, and they have desire for advancement. And sometimes, if maybe a lady like you, I know you are attractive enough. A lady like you are there outside there, you are in the company, and you need some promotion. And the person responsible for this, it's a competitive thing. And this person, maybe, they have a crush at you. And of course, in that environment, everyone knows that they have their own families. So it's something that you know very well that the person is having a family, and the person also knows that you have a family. And this person approaches you and maybe tells you that you are a best candidate for this promotion,
Yes.
and I'm in a position to make you be, or to seize this opportunity, or I'm in the position to make this happen, but with one condition: you give me something. Of course, you know. So what is your take on that?
Integrity.
Be sincere.
Am I not sincere?
So what would you do in your defense? Because you're talking about integrity.
I feel like I'm being judged. Yeah.
No, I'm not. You're not being judged. we are discussing. So I just want you to also defend your position. So what would you do?
If this person is maybe asking for something in return in order for me to
And
have
it is
that,
not money. If you
I
leave there
get
as something, then somebody would think it is money. It's not money.
okay.
Yes.
And he wants me to give him something in return, which is not money.
Yes.
I think for me personally, for me, I'll just do it. I'll just go the right way, actually, because integrity matters.
So even if it is about losing the job, because sometimes this is where the harassment comes, because sometimes if you refuse, with them they will appear. Yeah, in fact, if they were the one that started that discussion, they will feel like they have in the in front of you, they will feel like already they have shown that they are not integral. So they would not want to take that blame or shame or guilt.
So they'll pin it back to
So
me.
they will see a way to pin it back to you or to get you fired.
I get that.
You get the point?
Yeah.
And like I ask you first that are you able to forgo your job and maybe just be in the house if conditions that are coming with job can make you cheat? Because let's assume that you getting this job, it was not easy.
Yeah.
You really went through a lot to get that particular job, and at that particular time you also met with financial needs. You have obligations to meet.
Yes.
Maybe you took loan knowing that you are on payroll. All right, and this person threatened to fire you at that point if you don't do that, and you have loans, you have school fee to pay, you have such things, bills to meet. What would you do?
Let me allow my intrusive thoughts to take over. In such a scenario, sometimes I'll say play along. Intrusive thoughts, and don't get me wrong, play along, but know how you'll make it. You'll have evidence that this person was the one who said this and this, made you do this and this, and was making it hard for you to get that promotion.
Make me understand. Playing along, how do you play along? You give the thing, or how do you play along?
Don't you watch movies? Women have wits.
Okay.
Use your brain. I don't know how to explain it, but in such situations, actually, you should just
You play hard, or
not play along, but using your brains. I'm not saying that you go
like you just respond in a way.
Yeah, but you should find a situation where you'll be able to get the person. Maybe, I don't know, my intrusive thoughts still. Have a recorder or something and just get the person to talk,
But of course you will be texting. I know all these things maybe you might not be saying. You will be texting already, or if it is about
but I want
evidence.
Yeah, but sometimes people can say it was not me who was talking. Maybe, the way people lie. You need to have a concrete evidence.
Like a voice record.
Voice recorder. Yeah, I'll say that. This is my
So you will play a trick.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because me giving up me disobeying, me going against my principles, I can't really do that. For a job, for a promotion, then you'll have to live it with the rest of your life. And in this scenario, I am married, the person is married. The guilt, I'll be carrying the guilt every time you go home. This is your husband. You know what you did to get that job. No, the consequences.
So money is not the first priority to you?
Money, no. Your peace of mind, your consciousness. For you to be able to get that sleep every night, it matters.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still having challenges. Will you go to job and come back and just take care of house chores? Serve me food?
It
you-
depends.
And give me conjugal rights? Or you will say that I'm tired? See, I had a long time.
I'm tired. So that will okay.
Yes.
In such sacrifices have to be made. And if I'm working, we are both working, and nobody is there to take care of the house and stuff like that, a house manager can be efficient at this point.
But of course, we must have boundaries, because house manager also, if you bring a house manager and you leave everything to house manager, and you're so busy, you deny me conjugal right, and house manager is always there, and also I've learned and discovered that there is a loophole.
So if I'm
Sometimes
not
they can
there,
be
you go
sedative.
for the house manager.
No, I'm saying that I go, but I'm saying that situations come. See, like, you are denying me the conjugal rights. You are obsessed, or not obsessed, but you have been consumed with the job. You are so busy. Sometimes you carry some job home. You
Why
carry work
can't you
home.
be understanding?
When will I enjoy? Because I understand that when you're working, you will work until you reach 60, 65, the age of retirement.
There are always offs and leaves given to workers.
When you are, I know if you're not working in the same company, by the time you are having your leave, maybe me, I'm not having a leave.
Again, sacrifices have to be made.
So like?
If I'm on leave and you're not on leave, can't you just borrow some time off from work? If you want to be served your conjugal rights.
I'm the one borrowing, but if it is your time, you are not borrowing.
You're a man.
In this scenario, you just have to borrow time for you to get this service.
But we must know that there is a third party. Company will not allow you that at any time you feel like you ask for permission. If you feel like you want conjugal right or you want some time,
you
ask
fix
for permission.
something.
You fix what?
But I'm not suggesting that. It's just.
It's all right. It's all right. This is just an open.
You say
open
your kids. You have a meeting at your kids' school and stuff. For one day, even 1 day is enough.
So that's why personally I was suggesting, instead of you struggling to go and work, what if, for example, let's say you're working, yes, and you are working for 30,000, all right, at the company, and I give you the opportunity. Okay, I'll put you on the payroll.
Okay.
I pay you that 35,000 that you are earning, and you be home.
You.
Yes, as your husband, for example.
Wait.
So instead of, because you are there because you wanted the money, or you are there because of what?
Also to not be idle.
So when you are in the house, you'll be idle. Okay, then we don't have a house manager.
You know you need challenges somehow. Me being in the house, doing house chores every day, the same things every day. After I'm done, I watch TV, I sleep, what time with the kids, and if it, I don't know, just challenges.
You want challenges?
Yeah. Life without challenge.
Okay, then
then you're paying me for nothing.
Why don't you have your kibanda there and have challenge there? And do something there.
Okay, yeah, that can be considered. If maybe I have my own business, if you don't want me to go working and maybe be so far and it's stressing me out, not having time for my family and stuff. If it's my own business, then I think that I will consider.
You will consider your own business.
Yeah.
So men outside there, I think that's a solution, because if I look at this thing, it's bringing problem. That's why I wanted to discuss this. It's being a big problem.
So you want women to stay at home?
I want women to be. It should not be a must. If you have somebody who can, because okay, not every woman will have same opportunity.
Let me tell you a story. A woman was married into this rich family. Not even married, it was a come we stay kind of thing, but you know, over the years you have children and stuff, and the guy has money, and every day the man will go out and will tell her, I'll come back, take care, have fun, take care of the kids and the house and everything, and every day he will come back home. It was a happy family, but this one particular day the man just packed his things and the way he usually does in the morning, I'll be back, have a lovely day, I have sent you some money, you know, not knowing that this woman didn't know that this was the last day he was going to see this man, because he had been going for business trips, obviously. So she just assumed this was just part of those business trips. He didn't come home that day. Second day, third day, she's calling, the phone is switched off. It was a Kamis day. She didn't know any of this man's family members. She didn't know who to contact. She doesn't know where the man comes from. And you have been living in this house just taking care of the children. No job, no source of income, no business of her own, no nothing. The house in which they were living in, you have to pay 120K per month. The children are in international schools. 3 children, you are left there. They were kicked out. The children dropped out of the schools. Now you are living on the streets and stuff. You see, this scenario of a woman just... somebody can just wake up and change.
In that scenario, don't you see the lady was ignorant?
In that scenario, I will say the man was...
The lady was ignorant.
Selfish.
Because how could you stay with someone for that period? You don't know where this man is coming
because
from.
no,
you
you see, the way you're putting it, when the woman is just so comfortable, everything being done for her, why would you think of anything else? I have free Wi-Fi. If I want money, I'm given 50K cash stuck there in the morning, every day. She was too comfortable, and the man made it too comfortable for her. No challenges, you see, and she was just blinded. The man, okay, let me not say the man, but she was blinded by everything, and unfortunately that happened. So that's why I cannot say, okay, if the man is able to keep you, to sustain you, well and good, but don't be too comfortable. That's just my point. Don't be too comfortable. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But now how will you solve my problem? Because I will also not be comfortable. I will not just be there presuming that everything is right at your company. That there's nobody pursuing you there, and there's no boss who want to advise putting you under this.
Why are you being insecure? Don't you trust me?
No, trusting you. Yes, I trust. That question usually put me off.
You see,
don't you trust me?
You don't trust people.
No, not that I don't trust people. Like you are talking about stereotype. That scenario. Okay, it's the same thing. I've seen some cases of whereby you are so comfortable, like you are saying. You know that my lady cannot cheat on me. My lady cannot. I know her, and of course, marriage is something that we are coming from. We are different people coming together. You have your own attributes. I have my own attributes. So some of these attributes it will take years, and some of them you'll never discover.
Okay.
All right. So if you tell me to trust you, I only trust somebody who I know everything about, and the only person I can trust is myself. Because it's myself.
You have been with this person for 10 years, so you'll tell me you don't know everything about this person.
Can you know? You yourself, can you know everything about your person? Even if you stay for over 20 years.
So those people who are old, they have grown old together, they don't know some things about each other.
There are some secrets that people just die without mentioning. Yes. You've seen for some instances whereby, and this is true, somebody is really working hard raising kids and not knowing that all the kids are not his.
So in this case, the man is also ignorant.
Trust. You talk about trust. If you start raising questions about the head of that child, you're being told that this is after my uncle. This is my uncle. This is exactly my uncle. This is exactly his grandfather. What would you say? And according to biology, you understand that yes, gene can manifest in the child. So what will you say next? Go for DNA, and if you bring the issue of DNA, you will just say, like you said, you don't trust me. You understand? So to avoid all the drama, you say that I trust you, my babe, and that's where the problem comes.
I don't trust blindly. We were talking about blind faith. Don't trust blindly.
So that's why I was trying to say,
also,
as a man.
but also, if you put it that way, so it will be like we are together, yes, but we are acting as detectives, DCIs.
Is it a good thing? Let me ask you.
That shows there is
But you've said I should not trust blindly, so it means I have not trusting. The word trust is not there. I will be careful with you.
But you shouldn't go on snooping on your partner's business, or is she cheating on me in the office? If
assume we are married, would you allow your man to always go through your phone and something like that?
I have nothing to hide.
You have nothing to hide.
Exactly.
But that alone will not maybe put me confidence, because you can say that, all right, now let's have our conversation when we meet at the office. No calling, no texting and all that.
Don't make it
so
too complicated.
No, it's not complicated. By the way, this is a real challenge.
I know.
It is a real challenge. People are really going through a lot outside here.
So we should be detectives in our marriages.
I think
we shouldn't trust those people that you took an oath before people saying you'll be beside them.
Okay. The same you took a oath, you go for a ritual so that the oath can be lifted. Can be lifted over. So it can work that way. You can't tell me, because how many people have sworn the oath or have taken the oath and they're still violating the oath that they took. And also it depends, by the time you're taking the oath and you know very well that I will not do this thing, or I will cheat, or I will do this thing. Obvious, that oath, I don't think if it is binding.
Okay, I think the problem here is, okay.
So tell me, what should we do? Because if you are left to go and work, it's like you're being exposed to a very hot temperature.
So you don't want your person to experience exposure. You are having fear of the unknown. That is fear. And do you know where fear comes from?
Fear comes from?
The Satan, the devil. You should only have the fear of the Lord. Amen. I'm speaking.
You will not put me down with that. Let me tell you.
No. You are having fear of the known.
No.
You are letting your
I've seen
pessimistic thoughts take over.
It's not just pessimistic. It's being logical and being realistic.
So it doesn't mean that the person that you have chosen will be, out of all those people, is the person who is going to cheat on you or whatever you're insinuating at the office. There are good people there.
So how will you then know that this is a good person?
You have been with her, you are dating, you're pursuing her, you should have known that.
You know very well how you lie, smartly.
Also men lie.
But men lie, but it reaches a point when they chose you meaningly or willingly and genuinely, they will stick.
So women will lie from the start till the end.
See, okay, the problem why women sometimes lie is because I can say it's because, you see, when a man is pursuing a lady, sometimes we give promises, all right, and some promises might not be fulfilled.
Okay.
So there they can not show, but they can feel betrayed, and they will, if those promises are not fulfilled, and then again they find somebody outside there who is giving the same promises and fulfilling them, giving the evidence, then I think the lady would move to the next relationship. And that's
are they married? Are they together? Are they married?
Yes, they are together.
Okay.
And that's what will bring the cheating. So,
yeah.
Because you promise something and she cannot get the thing, and there is somewhere where that thing is available, and the only obligation or the only task she should do to get that thing is to cheat. They will cheat.
Women are vulnerable.
They are vulnerable. That's why I want to put her somewhere where vulnerability is reduced. And that is in my house.
How sure are you if you get out, no one else will come
no,
in?
No, that one. If a lady reaches that extent, that's a lady who's consumed with devil. So that's now a problem. That's not an average. That's an extreme case. You understand? The one is now waiting for me to go outside and go and look for that, it's now extreme case. But giving a lady a room to go and work somewhere, go through a lot, she has bills to pay, there are a lot of pressure, then she's put in a dilemma whereby she's obligated to like
Foot the bills and
forfeit the integrity, or like manipulate her integrity, then I think that's what brings the problem. But I think if a lady is just put comfortably, you've known, even if you look at the journey of a girl child, when a girl child is not well taken care of, not provided with the essential things, they are being tempted. They fall a victim of temptation or being lured.
Same too, if they are kept too well, with no challenges, something will just drive them and put them off.
So what is the challenge now here?
Sitting down in the house all the time.
So, okay, when you say that you want challenge,
the challenge.
comfort is a challenge.
Yes, too much comfort.
You told me that you want a challenge outside there. So what challenge do you want in the corporate that you can't get in the house?
What challenges are there in the house?
You want the child to pass, and the child is not passing, and you want to train this child.
Choose a good school.
Choose a good school, ensure that your house is the best, ensure that your house is arranged well, ensure that your home is the heaven on earth. All right, those are challenges. It's not something attainable easily. That peace of mind, men want peace of mind.
Same to
It's
women.
a challenge. So creating that peace of mind is a challenge. Usually ask, I don't know what men want.
You'll do. So you do this so that the woman can give you peace of mind in return. Is that what you're saying?
What I'm saying is, I be sure that you're safe. I don't want to hear that, babe, I'm on jam.
It's part of life.
Which life? And that thing is something I can eliminate for you. It's your choice. You know, if you do
no,
without...
if you can eliminate for me, if you don't want me to be stuck on jam, do this. Build a road specifically for me that connects me from home till my place of work.
Solving that problem.
No,
we solve it logically. I cannot build the roads, of course, you know. So what we do is that you avoid going to that job, look for an alternative.
What if in the event that you've opened him or you've opened her a workshop for her to do the job or whatever business she's doing?
Yes.
And then it is of that point that she meets the person.
At the shop.
Yes.
At the workplace.
Yes.
The employees.
Not in the corporate world.
Okay.
Open business for her.
You see, if I try to understand some attributes of women, I see that they are hypogamous, like you said. They want those superior. Someone who's having some ranks than them. So you see, when this lady is a corporate, and then somebody like maybe CEO, director, or somebody, a boss somewhere, proposes or advances to her, the chance is that that person might have easy task because of that respect itself. And then they'll put in the name, that's my boss, I respond to my boss.
But you have seen instances that even for the businesses that person comes as a client, the person come like...
But as a client, when somebody comes as a client, then it means that you are offering good. It means that you are a boss as well, because your services you are offering. Yes.
The person will come as a client, and then your wife will cheat with the person who is the client.
Do they want to start talking about what are you doing? If you come to buy something, it's the something that you are buying.
If that man is interested, that's what we do. The person will start
saying what he's doing.
Yes.
Shooting his shot.
So you see that thing, if you
see, I put CCTV camera.
If you ask,
you are too insecure.
The CCTV camera doesn't produce the sound, it's just the video.
I'll see the reaction, how she was reacting, how she was laughing. You know how...
In that case, you'll be like watching her, and I am sure somebody determined to cheat on you will always find avenues to.
So what's the reason? Why should you be determined to cheat on me? And I've gone to an extent. So how are we going to solve this problem?
The only way to solve that problem
Yes.
is to start by prayers. Secondly, to build something that the only job you have is to make sure that you're picking a woman who has the same vision as you want.
I have a woman who has the same vision as I want.
Yes.
They change. Women change.
Also,
No.
men change.
Their
So what
vision
are you
change.
doing?
The
No.
only thing that change is the means of reaching that goal. But if the goal is constant, is the same, whatever will change is the means of getting there, but the ambition will always be the same.
Just be single
I be single.
to avoid this insecurity.
No, I
Too
cannot-
much insecurity, one.
No, it's not too much. By the way, this is a real problem.
I
You see,
concur.
You can't really solve that.
It is a
Because
menace.
It's a personal thing.
It's the
Mhm.
talk. Okay.
It's something that somebody. It's a decision that somebody makes.
Thank you.
That I want to cheat on you. I'm willing to. So you can't get into that person's mind and tell that
Yeah.
person not to if that person is not willing to. So it's a decisional thing. It's something that somebody decides.
But for you to make decisions, there are factors that you consider.
I've seen women cheating. They were housewives, as you're saying, left home, and then they cheat with caretakers.
Thank you.
They cheat with homeboys.
Real scenario.
They cheat with gate men.
Now, if you are those people who are cheating with, like you put it, they have reason why they're cheating.
That's what I'm saying. You can't always eliminate all the reasons. It's a personal thing that somebody decides and be like, you know what? For now, I'm married and I'm switching off from this. They decide. Because as we normally say, ladies will always be heated on at a given point, unless you marry the most ugly that I can. But at any given point, people will always be hitting on them.
Yes.
So it is a decision that they make. The same as you. You'll always be seeing beautiful ladies all over. But it's a decision that you make that you don't want to cheat on your wife because you have a vision for your family.
What do you say about that?
I concur.
And you want me to trust that?
It's the truth. Actually, he has put it quite well. Yeah. But cheating is always a decision, by the way. It comes
a
from the
process.
person. And I've told you, actually, it's a process. Cheating is a process. To the point that it reaches the venue, the time, everything. We have texted. We have been planning this thing. It's not that it was the work of the devil.
So-
Satan took over. No.
So what are you saying? What are you guys saying? Because you see, okay, you are saying what is the solution?
The
I'm still not
solution
getting you.
is Be spiritual and just be sure that this person that you are tying yourself to is spiritually oriented and you have the same
Which spirit, dark or light?
What's light?
Only what?
Yeah, there are people I've seen. There are people who are going to the dark side, such
if
that
you're
they
going for
tie
the-
them. If you go and do that somewhere in the knee, you get locked.
No, that means you don't even have the vision with that lady again, because if that happens, then it's the same insecurity that we're talking about.
You don't have trust. Okay, you said okay.
All right. So you are
Like,
saying
in
you are
other
saying
words-
that we be spiritual.
In other words, that is beyond human beings' control. You can't control it as a person.
I can't control it as a person.
Yes.
So you also, if you're my wife, you also can't control me as a person.
Yes.
So you have to admit that. Did you know that? Did you know that you can't control someone as a person, or you will retaliate? If you
So-
find this person cheating, you also cheat.
Who doesn't know you can't control a person? You see, it's the same theory which people have put here that I can change him, I can change her. You can't change a person. Same with you can't control a person. I know that.
You can't change a person. If I,
don't
give you
think-
information that is telling you that this thing you are doing is not.
For example, a bad thing. Can you change a thief?
Yes, if you preach to them
It takes time.
gospel,
It's a
Takes
long
time.
process.
it's a long
It's a
process.
very
But
long
the end goal
process.
is you can change.
We look
Okay,
at-
what you can tell me that change takes you is take the person
Yes.
to change.
Okay, yeah.
Change is possible, but
It's
it
the
takes the
decision.
person.
Yes.
It's a decision for that person to change.
Yeah.
to have a reason to see that this thing is no longer impressing me.
Yeah.
All right. Now, because of time, let's summarize this. Can you empower your woman by taking her to school, master's, PhD, with your money?
Yes, I can, but not at my.
Let me get from her.
Why me?
No, you are because
let
you
him
are
finish.
you are you're a woman.
Let him finish.
Okay, all right. Then.
Okay, not at my expense. What I mean by my expense is, I'll not be a bachelor's degree holder, yet I push my woman to the level of a PhD. That means because it is by default that women are hypergamous. But the moment the lady is a master's holder and a degree holder, and she advances to PhD, all that, she'll start demeaning you. So as of that level, as I improve her, I also improve myself. Not that I'm improving her or I'm empowering her at my expense, like I neglect myself in the belief of empowering her.
So do you concur?
He has spoken.
It's okay that way. That when I'm empowering you, I should always ensure that I don't empower you to a level that you're above me, like educational-wise. For example, I am holding a diploma,
Okay,
and I'm empowering you to have degree, or I'm holding bachelor's and I'm empowering you to have master's, or I'm holding master's and I'm empowering you to have PhD before myself.
Let me take it back to you. Would you have a problem with me having master's and you having a degree? Will it bother you?
Very seriously.
Yeah.
You will look down upon me and you'll start wanting to associate with people with masters.
Of course, there's sometimes you even ask about your thesis. You won't even be there to defend what you want, because with that, at least she has the actual thesis that she has defended.
Yes.
So you in such debates, you won't have anything to discuss. You'll just be silent, scrolling your phone as she's chatting with or discussing with the fellow masters holders.
Okay, I think that
All right, guys.
Here's the point. Let her say something.
I agree.
You agree?
Yeah, let the man be education-wise be above the woman.
Just education-wise.
Even resource-wise.
Yeah.
Money-wise?
In terms of resources.
If me, okay, yeah, money-wise, you should have more money than me.
Let's have that in the next conversation.
Thank you.
Guys, thank you. It has been a nice conversation. I think I believe that you will pick one or two things from the conversation. So, yeah, see you in the next episode.
Bye.
You say see you when I see you.
Bye.
Bye.